Hello, beautiful beings of planet Earth and beyond. Welcome to another video on the channel of Ancient Ascension, this channel that I created to share information and wisdom that I pick up along the way as I walk my medicine pathway. And today I wanted to make a video just kind of like a how-to on how to prepare your prayers for a vision quest. And this video isn't really like, what is a vision quest? What is it for? I've made other videos about vision quests, so you can check those out. But if you are someone who's really feeling the call of the sacred mountain, feeling the call to sit in solitude and go through the ceremony of multiple days, multiple nights, abstaining from food, water, community, our voice, and just go through that process. This video is just to share with you how to prepare with your prayers, because before we go on a vision quest and sit on the mountain and partake in that ceremony, we have to prepare by making 365 prayers, because these prayers, once we are after the first sweat lodge, taken up onto the mountain to be planted, is what we say, because you're like a seed that's being planted for those 4 nights and 4 days, or 7 nights and 7 days, or however many days you're doing. You will be planted within your prayers. So you have to prepare for your vision quest by completing 365 prayers, which is such a beautiful, important, potent part of the ceremony of vision quest, because 365 prayers is quite a bit of prayers. So it really, before we get on the mountain, it calls us into ourselves. It calls us into our lives, into our pathway, into what we're praying for our lives, for our community, for this world. So I love that part of the vision quest. I think it's so powerful, and I am preparing for my 7-day quest that is coming up in March. So I just started preparing with my prayers, because it can take a little bit of time to complete these 365 prayers. So I just want to teach y'all how to do it while I'm doing it anyway. And what you need for your prayers is you need 365 pieces of fabric. Now, I'm doing my second vision quest, my 7-day. So the second vision quest is the color yellow. It's all about our willingness. It is the direction of the south. And if you're beginning your first vision quest, you will be using the color red. Red is for humility. Red is for the east. Red is where the creation begins. So know that if it's your first one, don't use yellow, use red. But since I'm on my second one, mine are yellow. And I've cut 365 pieces of yellow fabric. This is what my prayers are going to be made from. So 365 pieces of fabric, red, yellow, black, or white, depending on what you're doing. But if you've done a red one, I'm sure you already know how to pray, so probably red for you. And you also need tobacco. Sacred tobaccos, like real tobacco. These are Cubanos, because Great Spirit deserves the best. So you want to get a packet of tobacco, because what you're going to do is you're going to take a tobacco and you're going to break it into a bowl. So you have a bowl of tobacco. So basically you take this and you break it so that this tobacco can go into your pieces of fabric. Those pieces of fabric are your prayers. This is the tobacco that goes inside your fabric, because tobacco holds the spirit of a grandfather messenger. So the tobacco, we pray to the tobacco and put it into our prayers, so our prayers can be sent with the messenger into the cosmos through our ceremony. And at the end of the ceremony, all of our prayers and our sticks are burned into the sacred fire. So lots of alchemy involved in these ceremonies. Also, you need string. You need yarn. If you're doing your first quest, red yarn. Second quest, yellow yarn. You want it all to be the color that your quest is for. And I also create this is just a piece of cardboard from a cardboard box, but basically what it's for is to keep your prayers organized as you pray, because this is just the beginning. I just did my first 8 prayers, and so there's plenty more, and the last thing you want is to be planted and all of your prayers are tangled, and the shamans or the people planting you cannot unravel your prayers, and you can't talk, and you're just sitting there like, oh no. So keeping your prayers super organized with a piece of wood or cardboard that you can wrap your prayers around as you do them, so that when you're planted, they simply unwrap them and that it flows effortlessly. That's super important. Organization in these prayers is important, because organization is important in general. Cleanliness is next to godliness. The other thing you're going to need are longer pieces of fabric of each color for all the directions. So we have red for east, yellow for the south, black for the north, white for the west. Those may be mixed up. Like I said in my previous channels, I am no master, no guru. I'm a student. I'm learning. Not sure exactly on the black and the white, but I know it's north and west. Father Sky is blue. Mother Earth is green. And purple is the direction of our hearts, the direction of the spirit. And the purple will go on your stick of power. And you also need 7 heart height sticks before you go on the mountain, but a lot of places have those sticks, but they're just straight sticks that come up to your heart, and they hammer those into the ground in the directions around you, north, south, east, and west. And then whatever direction your vision quest is, like mine is the south, so my stick of power, my Father Sky, my Mother Earth will also be in that direction. And it serves as like a gateway, because when you complete your vision quest, they'll break it open and say your pathway continues to open on the red road. So those are important too, just one of each color. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need to start your prayers, to start your vision quest. And truly, I feel that the vision quest starts when we cut the fabric, when we buy the fabric, when we start the prayers, because it's a whole process of what am I praying for? It takes time. It's a bit tedious, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful little active meditation that the Vision Quest requires of you to sit on the mountain. So I'm going to do an example of a prayer. So this is what they look like as it's going. And the first 7 prayers, the first 7 of these little prayers, you can see that my tobacco is bundled inside of the fabric and it's tied tightly around the string. Your first 7 prayers are prayers to each direction. That's how you begin these prayers. So your first 7, first to the east, and you pray to these directions however you feel connected to them. East, pray to the east. South, pray to the south. North, pray to the north. West, pray to the west. Father Sky, pray to Father Sky. Mother Earth, pray to Mother Earth. The 7th direction is the direction of your heart, the direction of the Great Spirit that is held within each of us. So first 7 prayers, hit those directions in that order. And then after those first 7, the remainder of your prayers, the remainder of the 365, is free game. You pray for anything and everything that you want to. You pray for yourself, you pray for your family, you pray for the earth, you pray for humanity, you pray for anything. And be aware that these prayers are extremely powerful. The amount of effort you're putting into the ceremony, the amount of devotion and respect into the ceremony, the elements and the alchemy of this pathway respond directly to them. So just know that your prayers will be answered. They will be answered. So pray accordingly. So I'm just going to do an example. I did an 8th one already. I prayed for the infinite, for the great mystery, because 8 is the number of infinity. So infinite opportunities, infinite potential for humanity, infinite creation abilities in this life. So I'm going to do another prayer. So I have my thing here. I take a piece of fabric. I take a pinch of tobacco. I place it into the fabric and I wrap it. I bundle it. And you want to make sure it's completely bundled. So this is your prayer. This is your prayer. Everyone prays differently, but just take a moment. I like to hold it to my heart, take a breath, and usually I'll speak my prayer right into the tobacco. So right now, I pray for the awakening of humanity. I pray for each individual to recognize their potential on this earth, their potential for creation, their potential to bring the heavenly frequencies here now. I pray for our future. I pray for the awakening. That's my prayer. Take the string, and you can leave like 4 inches. I'm leaving a little more this time because I want my prayers to wrap more around me, but this is kind of a lot of space that I'm doing, but you can do it to about here or here. Either way is fine with you. So you take your bundle and you wrap the string, see if I can get closer, 4 times. I do 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm pulling the string towards my heart. And then I take this string and I wrap it around itself like that. Okay, I'll do it again. I wrap it around itself like that, so it's creating a little tie. I put that over my prayer and I pull the string towards my heart. Boom. Prayer. This is an important step. Once you have your prayer tied, you need to pull on it. You need to pull and make sure that it's tight. If you pull on it and your prayer pops off, no worries. Do it again. Do it again. Because you need to make sure your prayers are super tight, and when they're planting you, because they're going to be pulling the prayers off of this and wrapping it around your 7 sticks, and the last thing that you want are all your prayers popping off into the earth and not being held for that ceremony. It happens. I've helped plant a few people. It happens to most people, honestly. But it's part of the attention. It's part of the meditation and the focus. And for me, for this 7-day quest, the willingness, my will to start something and finish something properly with the best way that I can show up to it. So you want to pull good, but not too much that your string breaks, and just make sure that they're not going anywhere. That's super important. And I have prayers that pop off 3 or 4 times, and just take a breath and do it again. And you'll find the right way to do it. Pull it towards your heart, and you see it kind of create a little knot there. So, and then I just continue. And I wrap so my prayers stay organized and I have space for the next one. It's really important. If for whatever reason your string breaks, it happens. It's not a worry. These strings are, just yarn. If your string breaks, all you do is you find a feather and you tie the broken end to the feather, and then you tie the new string to the feather. So there's a feather where your string broke. It can be any kind of feather. It doesn't matter. So just to keep the prayer going, just to have the spirit of of Great Spirit to have the attention and the awareness to go. Don't worry if your string breaks. You don't need to restart. Just tie a feather to hold the strings together. And that's it. That's it, you guys. So you do that. These little prayers, there's a total of 365 of them. The first 7 are the prayers for each direction. The 4 directions: Father Sky, Mother Earth, and the direction of our hearts. Also, these are the prayers of each direction, like I said, but these will have a bundle of tobacco in them. And you put the bundle here, and then you kind of have a little bit of a flag. And these are going to be wrapped around your sticks that are planted in each direction. So each of your sticks will have a color flag on them with the prayer. And again, you pray for each of the directions, depending on each color that you're praying with, you know. So like yellow is the color I'm doing, and I already said all these things. You can rewind it if you don't remember. So yeah, that's the only other last step, is to put a nice bundle of tobacco in these. So this is Mother Earth, nice bundle, tie it, pray down to Mother Earth, pray whatever you want for her to be with you on your quest, for her, like, thank her for holding you, thank her for everything she provides for us. Please give me permission to sit on this mountain, permission to go deep within myself, permission to be held by you and supported by you and feel safe by you. Thank you so much, Mother Earth. With the tobacco in here, you tie it around your stick, and you bring your 7 sticks to the mountain. And literally, you guys, that's how you prepare for a vision quest. I definitely recommend that you treat it as a very, very sacred ritual. Treat it as a very sacred time to be with yourself. You know, light an incense, or have a candle burning, or just, you know, have some nice binaural beats or meditation music going, and really allow yourself to explore what you're praying for. Because the first time I did these prayers, when I did my first vision quest, I was a bit overwhelmed by the 365 prayers, but as I got into the practice of it, oh my goodness, I realized that there's so much that I'm praying for. There's so much that I want to see for this world. There's so many people in my life that I care so deeply about. There are things that I want to keep opening in my life, and I'm praying for that. So prayers go deep. Go deep. It asks you to go deep into yourself on what you're praying for as a human being, what you're praying for on your pathway, what you're praying for in your life, what you want from your pathway of walking your own version of a medicine path, your own version of a sacred path. And we all have a right to walk our capital P paths, and that looks different for everyone. And as I've said in previous videos, you do not have to be involved in the medicine world, you know, of the sacred plant sacraments of the Americas or of this world to participate in a vision quest. That's not a requirement at all. These vision quests are a process of knowing ourselves, a process of purifying our hearts, a process of deprogramming the mind to sit in ourselves, held by the natural world, and to heal the noise in our mind, to heal the garbage in our bodies. The fasting from water and food is a regeneration of our body. The silence from our voice is a healing of our throat chakra and a recognition of the power of silence and the ability to watch the way our mind works and to release all of the garbage programming from our thoughts, from our heart, from our body, and allow the natural world to hold us and to help us know ourselves and to help us find deeper clarity on what we're doing here. And I mean, after my first vision quest, this whole world flipped upside down, and I realized the magic, the potency, the power of this reality we're living in. I received so much clarity about myself, about nature, about humanity. And if you're wanting something like that, 100% seek out a vision quest. Like I said, there are no requirements to sit upon a mountain and participate in one of these ancient, beautiful traditions that humanity has been doing for thousands and thousands of years. I hope I didn't forget anything, but I'm like, wow, I go through it and it's actually so simple to prepare for a quest. And I'm just believing that it is simple, and I don't think I'm forgetting anything, except for the gifts that you bring the Taita who is running the vision quests. You bring a nice pouch. I do a gift for the Taita who owns the land, the fire keepers. Usually there's one or two, because they have to keep the sacred fire going the whole time you're on the mountain, and they also run 2 sweat lodges for you. So I bring a gift for the Taita, the 2 fire keepers, the woman that I currently work for, and she's also a shamana, and I want to receive her blessing to be on the mountain. Anyone in your life that you would like to, that you respect, that you would like for them to know you're going on the mountain and say, thank you so much, please pray for me during my time here. It is traditional to get a little pouch. It can be a leather pouch or just like a little cool design pouch. It can be like this big, and you fill it with organic tobacco. I don't fill it with the tobacco that I use the prayers for. I fill it with organic, normal, smokable tobacco. It's a symbol of, please pray for me while I am on the mountain. Here is a gift of pure organic tobacco for you. And usually I give them a bundle of sage or some Palo Santo or sweetgrass or incense, or anything that you know they like, a plant, just as a gift. And that is an offering from your heart to their heart, saying, I respect you. Please know that I'm going on the mountain. Please pray for me, and please hold me during that time there. So those are the only other things. And depending on where you do your quest, it does cost. Where I do it, it's a $350 financial support to do these quests, to give to the community for all the hard work they do while you're on the mountain, for the fire, for the sweat lodge, for running and keeping these sacred traditions alive. My battery is going to die on my camera per usual. I don't know why I have such a hard time charging these things, but that's pretty much it. Reach out if you have any questions. Give this video a like, share it with anyone who's thinking about doing a quest or wanting to start their prayers. There you go. You are able to begin to pray and meet yourself on the mountain. Love y'all so much. Many blessings. Thanks for watching.